channel. Also, the host of Let's Talk About It podcast. Yes, I'm stopping in with another live before I gotta step out. I was thinking about some stuff today and I was just wanted to share what resonates. So, we're gonna give you some dose of mental health today. Something to keep you going with the day. Hope you guys are having a good evening, good night, good afternoon, wherever you at in the world. Um, Things has been going great. If you caught my live yesterday, I encourage you, if you haven't, stop in and go see what's been going on. I've been telling everybody what's been going on behind the scenes. Today we had two great interviews and a cameo. YouTube peers out there, thank you guys for supporting what's been going on. These cameos has been going very well, and these interviews that are going to be dropping with your YouTube content creators with me. Oh man, it's a blessing. So remarkable. Let's not waste no time. Today, I want to talk about something that I want to leave you guys with. That was resonating with me all day today. So I thought about I just wanted to share it with the channel, share it with the supporters out there. It's the mental health statement and a quote that I want to leave with you guys right now. And I want you to think, and whenever you catch the video, let it resonate with you, is being more intentional and less impactful. Um, Now, when I say be more mindful about the intentions and less about the impact, what happens is that when you're acting with purpose and your mindset is focused, on whatever that matters the most, like that's what happens when you're focused and your mindset aligns with what you're trying to put out in the universe. What it does is it aligns your actions with your goals and your values. um, on the psychological part, whether it's finances, whether it's relationships, whether it's goals, um, just realigning your lifestyle, we focus more on the impact than the intention. And when we focus more on the impact, what it does is it kind of dilutes, it kind of clouds the mindset of where you're trying to go and what you're trying to accomplish. So, um, when you focus more on the impact, what that does is it makes it where it causes friction. And once friction is placed inside of something that you had great intentions with, what it does is it causes it to become a challenge. It causes it become harmful, where the intention was positive and you meant well, but however, when you decided to deliver it, it was poor. Let's take an example of work. Let's just say that you have a career and you are a goal oriented person, and you are not meeting the deadline the way that you would wish. So you're thinking that your boss is going to be all up and down your throat, and you get anxiety about, not finishing a task, feeling like you're slacking, you're not good enough, and instead of focusing on the intention of what you were trying to do, you focus more on the impact, and then it kind of throws you off your whole game. What you want to do in those situations is give yourself grace. Instead of worrying about the impact that it has, worry about what your intention. What was the intention with that work project or that work task? So with that work situation in that scenario, instead of focusing on perfection and just meeting the deadline, and it seems like it's something that's crucial and you're not going to be able to do it, give yourself grace and focus on doing what you can. And then when you're sitting in front of your supervisor or you're sitting in front of someone that is giving you a supervision or whichever institutions, organizations that you work in, what you can do is you can let them know hey, I did it to the best of my ability. I did what I can, because obviously they have you inside of these positions because they have the confidence that you could deliver. So that's just one aspect of it. The other part is, let's talk about relationships, which is always a very intense area to talk about, especially when it comes to the intentions versus the impact. that's received. A lot of us, when we want to have hard conversations or we want to deliver some information that we feel like the other person might not receive well, especially us who are terrible at delivering information. You know, we got to eat around it. We want to fish. We want to be curious instead of being direct and black and white and adamant about the questions that we want to ask or the statements that we want to make. Um, we worry so much about the impact that we don't get to actually say what we actually want to say. And what that does is it clouds the intention. Let's say, for example, let's take a light one. Today is the day that you were supposed to cook dinner, right? And um, you wasn't sure what to cook, but you knew that it was your day, and you just freelanced it, grabbed whatever was inside of the refrigerator, and you probably just warmed it up, right? You didn't cook anything. You just did some leftovers. And the other part about it is that maybe you you came home late from work, or the kids, they were running around, whatever your life looks like. And your person comes home, and um they're asking, "Hey, why are we having the leftovers?" Now, instead of going with the intention, your intention was to make sure that food was on the table and that the house got to eat. But you're so focused on the impact that you're just saying anything that comes to mind to defend yourself, to deflect, to justify, and to explain. When you could have just came straight forward and just said, "Hey, I really didn't have much time to prepare something new. So what I did was I jumped inside of the refrigerator and I grabbed the leftovers and I heated it up, and that's why we have the dinner that we have today." But because you're worrying so much about the impact, like, you just dance around the whole thing and then the concept is missed. A lot of times in those circumstances, the impact overrides the intention because of the information that's provided instead of the information that was needed. What I want to say about when it comes to circumstances like that is that both sides have to give grace. Some people have different itineraries, but if you have a balance to where it's that it's your turn to do something, you want to make sure you put as much effort, but you also want to be transparent and give clarity of why it looked the way that it looked. But if you're not able to do that, what happens is you focus so much on the intention. You focus more on the impact of what it is that's going to happen. Like, if I oh, no, your mindset would be like, well, this person is probably going to be judging and feeling like that I was being lazy and I just pulled out leftovers because I was just being lazy and I didn't want to put effort into doing something. You feeling like you're going to be judged, you feeling like you're going to be criticized, so you'll automatically come inside of the situation with a poor mindset instead of coming in with a positive mindset and focusing on what was the intention of the reason why things look the way they look. So overall, when we're talking about an impact, you want to focus more on the impact for the reasons of the intention is going to come anyway. Don't focus more on the intention. Focus less on the intention and focus on the impact. However, be present for the impact. Understand the impact and acknowledge it. But focus more on the intention. What was your intention with anything? When it comes to work, what was your intention even though you didn't finish your task? When it comes to routines and functions inside the household, what was your intention of why it did not get done? What efforts were put into play? What information was provided? When it comes to lifestyle, what is the intention of the change? What is the reasons why you want to change? When it comes to things that you worry about, what is the intention of the worry? What is the fear coming from? You always want to ask yourself the why. That is very imperative because without the why, you cannot come with the solutions. And without the solutions, you cannot get to a conclusion. And when you cannot hit all three areas, you're just destined for failure. So I wanted to just share that with you guys today, and I hope that you got something out of that. Don't forget that, like, we're gonna have these episodes that are dropping. They're gonna be new. They're gonna be fresh. They're gonna be great. The raffle is still coming. Like I said, I don't know if we're gonna do it live or we're just gonna make a post. Also, the community name, we got that coming on. Shout out to all of the content creators that's been collaborating with me behind the scenes. Like I said before, like without them, we wouldn't be able to get these projects done. And thank you for all the viewers out there who keep the channel going. If you haven't checked out any of the previous videos, I encourage you to do so. It's a lot of information, especially in those interviews. If you want to learn more about mental health, you can dive deep inside of those titles that has mental health titles, social work titles, therapy titles. We're going to start jumping into some seriouses. Um, I don't know which ones that we're going to jump into first, but we got a few that's coming up, which we might explore anxiety, we might explore depression, we might explore schizophrenia, we might explore behavior health. We might explore trauma, cognitive behavior, whichever one. It seems like everyone is interested in anxiety, so we might jump into the anxiety, or we might jump into the depression. Those like the two highest right now. You just keep them emails coming, keep them texts coming, and we'll figure out which one is going to drop first. Uh, like I said, today, that was the statement for today. I don't want to go on too much because I got other things that I got to do in the world. But I wanted to stop in and I just wanted to say what's up to you guys. And I hope that you get something out of it. Let's remind you again, be mindful about your intentions and don't focus on the intention. Don't focus on the impact. Let me say that again because I botched it up. Be more mindful of the intention and less focused on the impact. That's going to take you a long way no matter what you're doing out there in the world. I'm Cousin Twist. I'll see y'all when I see y'all.